that ICE is taking against immigrants in the country right now?
So can everybody hear the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. I have very, very serious concerns with what we are seeing with immigration enforcement across the country right now. Look, on an issue like this that can be really controversial and divisive in a place like Washington, D.C., I think it's important that when we're home in upstate New York, we take a step back and appreciate some shared values and I think some shared principles on this. So let me just address the immigration issue generally. Our immigration system in this country is so broken and such a mess. And that is because for the last 40 years, a whole bunch of politicians in Washington have decided that they'd rather play games with it and rather use it as something to divide people up and run on for their own political purposes than actually coming together, working together, and fixing it. In upstate New York, when I talk to folks, just about everybody I talk to agrees that what we should do as our approach to immigration is this. If you're here unlawfully and you're committing crimes and harming people in the community, then you should be removed after you have due process, because I don't care who you are. If you are here, you're working hard, you're playing by the rules, you're paying your taxes, you're contributing to the economy, to the community, you're doing what generations and centuries of immigrants have done in this country, then you should be able to pursue the American dream, and you should have an opportunity to earn legal status. So obvious in upstate New York, and for some reason, the politicians in Washington, it's not for some reason, we know, because they play politics with it, they won't do common sense, bipartisan, comprehensive immigration reform. And what we're seeing right now, and what we've seen over the last 3 or 4 years, is the consequence of the politicians' failure to get serious and fix the problem. Turning on the TV right now and seeing ICE rip kids away from families, that's not who we are. Seeing ICE show up in hotels and on dairy farms and taking away people who have been working their tails off for 20 years, that's not right. So we have to really roll up our sleeves and get serious about this problem. Can I give you just one example of what I don't want to just say words, I want to tell you the actions that I'm taking. Can I give you one example of this? So our district, we've got about 398, 400 dairy farms. I spend a whole lot of time on dairy farms. Side note, I came home from one of them a week or two ago, and my wife got really mad at me when I was washing my boots off in the bathtub. She's like, Josh, I bathe our kids here. So I spent a lot of time on dairy farms, and did you know this? For our visa system right now for farm workers, if you're here picking apples or harvesting crops, you can get a visa seasonally. For 3 months or 4 months, but guess what? There's no visa year-round. And guess what? The cows have to be milked year-round, all day, every day, all year. I haven't met a cow yet milked only in summer. How stupid is our immigration system that we're expecting people to milk the cows seasonally? So what I've done, I know. You know what's funny? Like, y'all laugh at that because it's so obviously stupid. I go to Washington and explain this to people, and I'm like, where does the milk come from? So look, I'm working with, this shouldn't be an issue that's about Democrats and Republicans. This should be an issue about, do you want to fight for dairy farmers? And you know who wants to fight for dairy farmers are a bunch of really conservative Republicans in Wisconsin, because they make a whole lot of milk. And so I've been working with my friends from Wisconsin on dairy visa reform legislation so that we can get these folks the year-long visas that they need in their dairy farms. That's common sense. That's the way we approach things in upstate New York.